Yo, this is the biggest scam in America right now. This is why these fools are building up these storage facilities all over America. All right, welcome back to Rants Gems. This is Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. We are live, we are blessed. Thank God for another day. Back with another incredible episode. Today we're going to be speaking to my guy. We had him on my personal YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you guys go to MG the Mortgage Guy. Shameless plug real quick. But we had him on my YouTube channel probably last year in November, and we was talking about storage facilities and things of that nature. And I said, nah, Ramel, we got to get you on Rants Gems. We got to get you on the EYL network and kind of do a part two to our conversation. So without further ado, we got my man, Ramel. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
The storage facilities king here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First of all, introduce yourself to the audience for those who might not heard of you, know who you are.
Yes, sir. Ramel, Newerls, 30 years old, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
30 years old.
Commercial real estate investor, credit expert.
Great age.
Yeah. I'm still like anybody else, come from inner cities, poverty, food stamps, welfare, you name it. Today we own over 300 units and we impact the world teaching, training on how to buy commercial real estate with no money down strategies.
300 units in commercial.
Yes, sir.
At 30 years old. Yeah. That's impressive.
Thank you.
That's very impressive. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to get into your story a little bit later, but I want to have a conversation with you specifically about SBA loans, because when we were speaking on my channel, like we touched on it a little bit, but we didn't go into like super deep details about it. But for those of you who don't know, can you explain what an SBA loan is?
Yes, so the SBA loan, that's a Small Business Administration. So it's a government program.
Most people know SBA for PPP.
Exactly. That's what we heard about it in 2020 with the EIDL loans, PPP loans. But it's been out since the 1950s, right? And so many people have been taking advantage of this, but we didn't take advantage of it because we didn't know about it in our community. So, I take pride in educating our community on the SBA loans. So we got different types of SBA loans, right? You got the SBA 7A loan, which I'll break down a little later. That's how you go out there and you buy self-storage facilities. You have the SBA 504 loan, which is another loan where you can utilize that to buy bigger self-storage facilities. So the 7A is more for entry level. You have SBA Express loans, which is for small businesses. So if you just want to buy a business as is, right? You might want to buy a trucking company, a restaurant, right? You get the SBA Express loan. You have SBA working capital loans. And plus hundreds of other loans, but those are the loans that I specifically has worked on and pretty much being able to get my hands on.
All right, so can you explain the process? You said it was an SBA 7A?
7A.
All right, so can you explain the process of obtaining an SBA loan to purchase real estate?
So the SBA 7A loan, the reason why I love it is because they finance you up to 90%. So you just have to come to the table with 10% down. So if you find a self-storage facility, my first facility was $750,000. So 10% down, $75,000 with closing costs and fees that came with it. You took them like $85,000, right? 650 minimum credit score. So it's very generous when it comes to a credit profile. Lending guidelines are pretty tight right now. So 650 minimum credit score. You also need to have no collections, no loan defaults, no bankruptcies. Your credit report need to be clean. SBA do require paperwork. So if they're going to give you a bunch of money up to $5 million, you just can't walk in the bank without the paperwork, right? So they are going to ask you for a business plan because you're buying a business. And I'll talk about some strategies to how you could create your business plan. But having a business plan, they also assign you a business analyst. That's another reason why I love the SBA, because not only when they give you the loan, they want to make sure that you actually run the business properly and that they're protecting their investment, right? So they're going to assign you a business analyst that you'll work with every single quarter, go over your business, go over your facility, go over your acquisition, tax returns, 2 years, P&L statements. That's pretty much all the documents that you do need because you're buying a business. Now, the good thing is if somebody's starting out and they're new, they may not have all these documents, but if you're buying a self-storage facility, the seller who is selling that facility may have the P&L statements, the tax returns, and a lot of the financials. So you utilize that to help you towards that acquisition, even if you don't have it like starting out.
So if you're buying the real estate that has a business attached to it, like storage facilities, I'm trying to think like a restaurant. for example, is another one that I can think of at the top of my head. You can actually use the financials of the business that's already operating for you to get approved for.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So it's two ways they evaluate it, right? So number one, when you buy the real estate, so the appreciation of that land that you own, the value of the land, and then the actual business. So it's EBITDA. So earnings before interest, taxes, amortization. They look at that business revenue as well. So the combination of those is how they're going to qualify that purchase.
So for me as a investor that's going in, let's just say I'm a brand new investor, I don't really need any paperwork. Is that what you're saying? Or an established business?
There you go. You don't need an established business, right? Because you're buying a business, which is going to help you out. But you do need paperwork on you as a person, right?
Okay.
Because I still want to see your credit profile. I still want to see your W-2s or 1099s. You still need to have some type of documented income, because if the facility, so for example, we buy distressed facilities, right? So not every facility we buy is bringing in revenue right away. So during that time of you getting it up to speed where you can start to generate revenue, we need to see, or the banks need to see, what's your income like? Can you support, making a certain type of investment to keep that facility going? So you definitely want to make sure that you have tax returns, W-2s, and your credit profile.
So 650 minimum credit score on the personal side. Now we have to personal guarantee it.
Yes.
Correct? What type of terms for the 7A loan that is SBA offering? And what kind of interest rates can we expect for that?
Again, like I get excited about this because typically in commercial real estate, the loans, they are shorter. So you got like a 5 year, it's amortized over 20, but it's typically a 5 year term. With the SBA, it's 30 years. So right now I just picked up 3 self-storage facilities as a bundle, total of 240 units. We bundle all the facilities together. Right now, interest rates is not the best, so we got a 9% interest rate, which is tough. But the beautiful thing is, because I got the deal so cheap, right now I'm still profitable, but when interest rates do go back down at some point, we're gonna be even more profitable, right? So 30-year, 9% interest rate, obviously it is based upon the market. And right now, interest rates, you're taking a beating right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, cash flow is king.
Yeah.
So ultimately, at the end of the day, as long as the deal's still cash flowing, I tell people don't even worry about the rate. The rate is irrelevant to a certain extent, not to all extents, because in some cases, that high interest rate can knock out all your cash flow, and then the deal is just not even worth it. But you say you got how many units?
241 units.
241 on. So you did a portfolio.
Correct.
So was this the same seller who had all 3 of these facilities and bundled up together, or was different sellers and you just kind of bundled it in with the SBA loan? How did
One
that
seller.
work?
So he had 3 facilities. They're all about 15, 20 minutes each from each other. So one is 164 units, the other one is 47, and then 30. And they're all within 15 minutes in the same area.
So how was that process like, getting something like that approved with SBA? Was it the 7A loan, or was it a different type of loan that you had to use?
7A loan. So with the 7A loan, it's a minimum of 500,000. So if you buy anything under 500,000, you want to go with this the express loan, which is smaller. So the 2 smaller facilities, typically you wouldn't qualify for the 7A because it was 47 and 30 units, but because I bundled it together with the 164 unit facility, they just put it together as one jumbo loan, one acquisition, but I know it's 3 separate facilities.
So 3 separate facilities, 1 loan, 1 mortgage payment.
Yep.
Everything wrapped in to all. Was that a difficult process getting approved? Let's just say, for example, first answer that question. Was it difficult to get that deal approved?
It depends on who you ask, right?
That shit was difficult. Stop it. Stop playing. Look at your face, son. You know that shit was difficult,
a lot
bro.
of paperwork.
Come on, bro. This is Rants Gems, son.
Yeah,
we want the gems, man. Don't sugarcoat this shit.
It's a lot of paperwork. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a lot of paperwork.
Come on, bro.
Yes, there's a lot of paperwork. Answer that question. Hell yeah. There's a lot of paperwork. Most people gonna be like, nah, I don't want to have to go through 3 different facilities. I need to see leases for every single unit. I need to see the rent rolls. I need to see the mix of units. I need the tax bills, school tax. Like, there's a lot of paperwork to go into it that most people are gonna be like,
So what were some of those obstacles, right? Besides the paperwork, right? Because I want, again, Rants and Gems and everything I do is all about learning. It's all about, all right, how can we give people the shortcuts? Obviously, we can't tell them everything, right? They're gonna have to join communities and do things like that to really get that further knowledge. But just in a general standpoint, like, what are some of the the restrictions or the limitations that SBA might have had with trying to get this deal funded? Because I know when I do portfolio deals, just on regular residential or commercial properties, that shit is a pain in the ass. It is a headache amongst it. I almost hate doing it, right? When you're doing these type of blanket mortgages, because it's just so much, it's paperwork intensive. You got to depend on, especially if you're doing like a blanket loan for like a huge like single family portfolio or something like that. Like I'm in the process of one right now. It's like 40 properties. So you got 40 appraisals and 40 title reports. And it's a lot that goes along with this. And it's very expensive for the investor up front. So like what were some of those things and challenges that you guys faced when you was doing this portfolio deal? Not just with SBA, but just in general.
The biggest challenge would be communication with the seller, because you're pretty much relying on the seller to get you a lot of the documents, right? The bank needs tax returns. The bank needs leases for every single unit. In this particular case, this seller didn't have leases for every single unit. So we had to get over that hurdle of, okay, you know, you don't have these leases over here, but you have the leases for this facility. Can we duplicate it, right? In addition to that, I would say some other challenges that we had was taxes, right? Because each facility, even though it's 15, 20 minutes apart, but one is in a flood zone, right? So the taxes is different from over here, right? So just being able to keep track of the different outliers that comes with each facility, I guess that was a challenge. Just that communication piece with the seller and making sure that's out.
So what was the seller like trying to hold back information? Because some of these sellers are just liars. Yeah. They just say, oh, this is, it's glittering gold, but it's really shit. Yeah. Right. So what was he trying to do to kind of make this deal more difficult for you?
I don't think he was trying to hold anything back. I think he's 71 years old. So he been in the business 30 years. He didn't keep track of paper. Right? I'm coming in with new, fresh systems, management, right? We tight on the books. He's an old school guy. He's doing a handshake, right? Rent out this unit on a handshake. So that was pretty much the barrier of him now having to go backtrack and recreate new things and try to gather stuff that he probably didn't have. I think a lot of the stuff he had to just really create on the fly.
Systems.
So, exactly.
You have systems.
That was it. Yeah.
Systems are very important.
Facts.
So what type of systems should we have in place if we want to manage like a large storage facility like this?
So I use a management company.
Just like a regular traditional property manager.
Yeah, but it's
all in-house.
All in-house. So okay. I actually hire out a third-party management company, but it's specifically for self-storage. So obviously you have to know and understand self-storage. So one of the softwares that we use is called SiteLink. So with SiteLink, now we automate the website to our accounting software. So when somebody books a unit online, it'll automatically update on the accounting side. So we see how many units is available, what's vacant, right? When could we increase prices? When somebody moves out, it'll alert us, let us know it's time for us to go for an increase. So that's the type of system that we want to implement and make sure that, which he didn't have, but I hire a management company that does all of that from A to Z.
So, all right, so you have, what's it called? SiteLink?
SiteLink, yeah.
SiteLink, and that's basically like your online property manager.
Software
that you use, and then you hire actual,
management company
to manage that. Now, are these people in-house at these facilities? Like they report the work there, or are they doing everything virtual?
So it's two parts to it. The management company is all virtual. So it's a cold calling virtual office, right? I have cold callers, VAs that answer the phones and do everything online. But I have one person that actually runs the facilities. He goes there 3 days a week. So I pay him $1,500 a month, and his job is to just go to the facilities 3 days a week, check on the locks, make sure there's no trash around, make sure that, no people sleeping and homeless, people hanging out. So that's just something we implement just to make sure that we keeping things good on street level, but management is all virtual.
Virtual management, storage facility. I'm thinking about like public storage because I have a facility. I have a unit there, and it's always the old lady there.
Yeah, so
old lady Quillis is always in the building, and I'm like looking at them. I'm like, damn, how they do this like all virtual? Because usually you go there, somebody has problems, you gotta, hey, old lady, come and help me out, right? Like, how are you guys dealing with that if there's nobody really there? Because I know when I do my public storage thing, there's always a body there.
How often do you go to your unit?
Tooks, how often do you go?
Exactly. Never.
Never, pretty much, right?
Exactly.
Right, because I definitely don't. I probably go there once a month.
95% of the tenants do not come back. They put their items in the unit. They don't come back for months, years. So it's not a lot of hands-on management. You know, it's very slim where we'll have to actually go and physically be out. But that's why we have a part-time guy that is on call. So if there's anything that does need to happen, well, there's cases where somebody may need a lock, right? You know, they lock is broken, they can't get in, so we gotta call them over there to break the lock and get them a new lock. But that's about it. Other than that, we don't really have those
So that makes
issues.
this business even more profitable because now you don't really have to have bodies. You don't need no payroll. You don't have payroll tax because you're contracting.
Yeah.
And that's 1099.
Exactly.
Right. So you ain't worried about no payroll tax. You ain't worried about no health benefits. You ain't worried about somebody calling out sick.
Nope.
None of the above. So, shit. From a profit standpoint, like what kind of money can we really make by investing into this? Because when I hear 246 units, I'm like, damn, this could be a home run, right? Like what type of cash flow are we looking at with some these type of storage facility deals
So right now we're bringing in over $80,000 a month
from this 246
from
units?
my total portfolio right now.
Gross.
Gross. So the profit margin is higher because no tenants, no trash, no toilet. So I come from the residential space. I've been in real estate for 9 years, right? So I bought apartment buildings, 2 families, 4 families. I did all that, right? But the problem was I hired management, but I was still managing the property management, right? Because you got to call me when a toilet is clogged, when the kitchen sink is leaking, the neighbors upstairs is loud, all these different things is happening. When somebody leaves an apartment, I got to go and spend $10,000, $12,000 to renovate it just to get a new tenant in there. Now I got to wait another year to possibly get my return back. Versus the self-storage, we get them out of there in 30 days. I call my auction guy. He come in and clean out the unit, power wash. That's it. Give him $500. We getting the next person in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Storage facilities. I'm just thinking about this. I pay like $300 a month for my storage facility, and I don't never go there.
It's on your credit card.
It's on my credit card, so it's
think
automatic.
About this. Think about the psychology.
I'm really
right?
thinking about this. You just said $80,000 a month, and I'm like, damn.
Think about the psychology though, right? So you pay $300 a month on your credit card. It's auto pay. That's an easier sell than somebody that's living in an apartment building that got to pay you $2,000, and they got to pay you cash or Zelle or ACH transfer. You're not doing credit card on a rental unit unless you're charging a fee, right? So that's a harder sell where somebody got to pay you that consistently versus I just get you $300, put it on a credit card, and I give you a 10% discount so that you can put it on auto pay every single month. You're not even thinking about it because you running around doing all this.
And the crazy thing about it, these fools will sell your ish, like if you don't pay. Like literally, I almost went to auction, like literally recently, because my credit card that I had was expired, and I didn't realize it was expired. And then I don't check the emails like that.
Yeah.
So I'm one day perusing my email because I was looking for something. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's this public storage notice in my joint? Like, what are they talking about? No payment. I'm like, this thing is auto pay.
Yeah.
Bro, this had to be like the 10th of the month. And I'm like, why my thing didn't go through? I'm like, oh, damn, the card expired. Let me go update it. I go into the portal. It's telling me, it's like in big and red too. Make your payment or you going to auction soon. Yeah. I said, damn, it's not even 30 days. Yeah. Like, it's not even 30 days. I've had this thing for 2+ years. No hiccups, no problems, no nothing.
Do you remember how much you paid when you first got into the unit?
So I had a smaller unit at first. I had, I think, like a 10 by 10 or something like that. Then I upgraded to, I don't know what it is. I think it's probably like a 10 by 20 right now. Because we had to put like equipment, things like that in there now. So I needed more space. And when I first got in there, first they hit you with like the $1 for the month or something like that. Yeah. Which I thought like was, that's a crazy tactic, right? Yeah. Like who wouldn't want to just pay $1 for your first month? And then after that, I think it was like $125 a month for the 10 by 10. Then when I upgraded, it went to almost doubled basically. But then just now with the late fee and everything, it was like $380 or something like that I had to pay. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, like these fools really was about to put my joint at auction, and I got kicks, and I got like, because I'm building my crib right now, so like I got a lot of stuff in there. I'm like, yeah, I got kicks galore. I got like 100+ pair of sneakers in there. I'm like, somebody would have had a field day if they would have brought this thing out of auction. So it's like, that's crazy to me. Like, is there any rules or regulations? Like, you can't, it's not like a regular eviction. Like, if you miss past how many days?
It's 30. So
30 days, then you can start selling?
Yeah, we go by lien laws, not eviction. So when you buy apartment buildings or residential,
It's evictions.
It's eviction laws. With storage facilities, lien laws. So we actually put a lien on your unit. So after 30 days, if you don't make your payment, we send you a notice. And most people don't check their email, just like you just said, right?
Word. And I wasn't even 30 days, bro. This was 10, 11 days into the month. And it was ready to auction my joint.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I do 30 days. But after 30 days, if you haven't paid, we send you a notice. And if you don't respond within the 5 days after that notice, I'm calling the auction guy. And I got an auction guy specifically designated to my facilities. Call him up. Let's come and do the auction. And this is why I'm saying, like, this is crazy. Because
yeah, that's so terrible, yo.
It is terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, but it's a simple business, right? And the reason why I asked you about how much you paid when you first started, because it's 30-day leases, right? So I don't have to wait 12 months to increase your rent. That's why it's a recession-proof business. Every 30 days, I can increase the rent. So I don't do it every 30 days, but every 90 days, I'm going up 10, 15% on your rent. And as long as I send you a notice via email, and again, you probably don't check your notice, but your credit card, you see the extra $7, $8 on the bill. Boom. Every 3 months. Because leases every single 30 days.
Yo, what the fuck?
So now
bro?
the revenue, now I can drive my revenue up on the facility through increasing the revenue. And even when those late fees that you pay, that's more revenue. That goes to the bottom line. And with commercial real estate, the value of your facility is based upon income.
Yeah.
So every time you late and you pay it, you increasing the value of the facility.
Yo, I can't get over the fact that you just said you raising your rent every 90 days.
Yeah.
That's kind of gangster, bro. Like, why what the, now I'm going to talk because I'm a customer now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why the hell are you raising your rent every 90 days?
Because of the demand. Like right now, if you think about the economy, people losing their jobs, people downsizing, foreclosures. As people downsize, they can't afford these big houses. They start to move with different people, and now they got to put their items in the storage unit. Somebody like you who building a house, you got to put your items in the storage unit. A lot of businesses that's shutting down, they couldn't survive during the pandemic. They're now putting their items in storage units. The demand is there. So it's supply and demand. As long as my demand is there, I'm going to increase my rents every single time. And it's revenue management. So for me, if I don't increase my rents, I'm not growing my business. So it's not just you buying real estate, you're buying a business. How can I grow my business? How can I create more income? So if I don't increase my rents, now I'm going to keep it stabilized. The tenants is going to be comfortable versus I want to increase my rents so you can be uncomfortable. And then you're going to say, where I'm going to go? Are you going to go somewhere else? Well, there's nowhere else to go. Now, if you do go, I'm going to bring somebody else in, but I could charge them higher rent because you're a new renter.
Yeah, I'm looking at my bill right now, y'all. And it's funny to say that. I really just typed it in my email, right? So I was like, you know what? People don't check the email. I'm one of those people. And they just sent me something on May 12th. What's today? The 15th?
Today's
17th?
the 17th.
And it's like, okay, you got upcoming payments coming next month. Now I'm looking at my joint right now. It's like, yo, you have to do a new, I guess it's like, they just raised me. It was $313. Now they going to $330.
You didn't even know it.
Nah, that's why I just looked at it when you were just saying that. Like, yo, this is gangster, man.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit.
And it adds up. Think about it.
As soon as I'm done this interview, I'm calling these people. Like, what the hell's going on here?
How many units is in public storage? I buy independent, right? So public storage, extra space, those are the corporate owned facilities. I buy small mom and pop independent. But if you think about, we do that across 241 units, across 300 units. That little $12, $15, $20 increase, it adds up over 300, 500 units. And we think about how much money we're making.
Yo, that's
how much
crazy, yo. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, you storage facility guys are pretty gangster with this.
Yeah.
And there's no rules and regulation to protect the consumer on this.
Well, you got the email.
I really just did get this freaking email, and I'm not happy about this right now. Like, I swear to God, I'm really not happy about this because I really don't understand why I'm being charged extra for the same space just because of quote unquote demand, because of the economy and all this other BS you just told me right now. Like, I don't care about that. What does it have to do with me? I'm a paying customer for 2 years. Why you raising my? Like, I'm really pissed off behind this right now, bro. Like, I'm literally having this conversation, looking at my account right now. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
Bro, all right. I'm kind of frustrated now. I ain't gonna hold you up. Like, I'm not gonna hold you up. Like, you really just made me like really just sit here and just say, yo, what the hell is going on with this storage facility play right now?
Yeah.
Like, how dare these people take our hard-earned money and then also sell your stuff?
Yep.
Like, how are they doing this? And it's legal.
It's legal. It's a business.
Yo,
What side you want to be on?
What made you even get interested in storage facilities, first of all? Because this is not normal, bro.
It's not.
This is not normal. This sounds all good and fine, Dan. And as a customer of a store, I'm really disturbed right now about it. Yo, like, I'm not even gonna hold you up. My payment went up on me, y'all. Like, this is bullshit. As you're saying this, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, so
I got. What made you get into this, bro?
So 2020, I got into the real estate business. got into the self-storage business. I've been in real estate for 9 years. I started out in 2014. Single families, duplexes. My first property was a 2-family brownstone in Brooklyn. And I made 6 figures on that deal. So I made $157,000 my first deal. And I started buying more properties, right? Going to the auction, buying these properties blind, just really building my portfolio. But I had a $1 million portfolio by the time I was 27, 28, but that was in 2020, right? So when the pandemic happened, everything started to crumble for me. I thought I was up because I had these properties, I'm cash flowing, I got value, but then tenants stopped paying their rent because I'm buying in low income areas. I'm buying in Pennsylvania, I'm buying in Ohio, I'm buying in Milwaukee, some parts of Jersey, where I could get more cash out of the rentals, but the values is not there. So as the pandemic happened and people lost their jobs, I had a few of my tenants that stopped paying their rent, right? And now I'm debt heavy, right? I'm stuck with mortgage, taxes, maintenance, but I'm not getting the cash flow. I'm tight. So I had to think on my feet and figure out how could I actually get out of the situation. So I started selling off a few of my properties to liquidate and get some cash back in, right? But one property in particular, it was a 2-family, and I had somebody that was offering me $20,000 more than what I was asking for, because at that time when in the pandemic, people was paying $20,000, $30,000 over asking price, right? So he had one condition. He said, I'm gonna pay you $20,000 more than what you asking for. I just need you to deliver me the property vacant. I said, bet. I went to the tenant. It was one vacant. It was another one that was still there. I gave him $2,000 cash for keys. I said, take this $2,000. I just want you to leave because I need to go sell this property. He agreed. He just said, I just need you to put my items in a storage unit for 90 days. I said, bet, I'll do it. I got you. And I couldn't find no storage units available in my area. Everywhere in the county, every unit was sold out. And that's when the light bulb went off for me. I said, I need to get on this side of the business. I started YouTubing, Googling, all that cool stuff that we do. Found a mastermind, paid $50,000, flew out to this mastermind, learned this whole new world of self-storage. And I used the profits from what I was selling my properties for to go buy my first facility 3 years ago, and then just kept going from there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What makes a good deal? Because I know how to analyze real estate. Obviously, I'm an investor myself, but from storage facilities, like, especially who's being new in this game, like, how do you analyze these deals? Like, what type of formulas are you using? What type of, like, cash return should we be looking for? Like, what's really the play on this?
Yeah, so it's just like any other commercial real estate asset that you buy. So when you evaluate self-storage facilities, there's a few things. Number one, I want to look at supply index, right? So supply index is telling you if there's a demand for that facility, right? So in New York City, the demand is crazy because the population is high, so much people. So the way you get your supply index is you look in a 5-mile radius, right? And within that 5-mile radius, you want to get the total amount of units that's available. So you will call up all the facilities in 5-mile radius and find out how many total units, or you can use a system that we use called StoreTrack. Right, that's a system that I use where I can go and find out how many total units is in this 5-mile radius. And then I also
StoreTrack?
Yep, StoreTrack.
Okay.
Yep. So now I get, let's say it's 1,000 units in this 5-mile radius. You divide that by the population. How many people are actually in this area? And then that number needs to be a 7% or below for me. If it's 7% or below, that means that there's demand. There's people there that still need storage units, right? If there's 8% or higher, then typically it's like, all right, it's too much units for the amount of people that's there. So I first want to look at the supply, make sure it's not a dying area. Then after that, I want to look at what is my return? What is my cash on cash return? You know, how long is it going to take me to get my down payment back? For me, you know, I like to get my down payment back in like 3 to 4 years, right? So I need to see 25, 30+% cash on cash return is what I need to see. You know, so those two things check out for the most part. And then if I see a value add opportunity, right? So value add means how can I increase the rents? Can I partner with the local moving company and provide more services? Is there a U-Haul nearby? If there's no U-Haul nearby, I need to bring U-Haul onto this facility. What are some ways that I can create value? Once those things check out, it's a deal for me. I'm buying more money. I'm just buying more streams of income.
Yo, it's so crazy, right, y'all? And I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I'm looking at my account right now, right? And I'm like really like searching this shit. I'm in my, as we talking, I'm having this conversation because this is just an interesting whole model. This is a play.
Super.
Because I'm being bamboozled right now, right? Big time by these people. I'm looking at, I took over this unit. I got a 10 by 10.
Yep.
So I had something smaller than that, right? And I'm looking at my payment history, and I'm looking back. When did I get this bigger unit? I think I got the bigger unit, in like September or October of last year. Yo, my joint was 210. 210, yo. And I'm looking at my payment history, right? 230, and like every month, like November, 232, December, 247, January, 247, February, 247, March, 247. Then it went up to 328. 328, and then the 512 payment was 390 because the credit card expired. Like, what the hell is happening here?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice none of this until you, like, because I'm not thinking about this shit.
But don't be hard on yourself. That's 99% of it.
No, because this is real, because you just put your stuff in storage and you just go.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about, like, I'm not paying attention to, like, this fee, because, like you said, it comes out of the credit card. I see, oh, public storage, great, it's paid, my stuff is safe, right?
Yeah.
When Tooks need to go get cameras or something, or I need to throw some my stuff in storage, or get a pair of sneakers that I probably don't have in my crib right now, like, that's when I go there. And now I'm looking at the payments, and I've never paid attention to the payments.
Yeah.
Until I'm having this conversation. Yeah. Yo, how my joint go from 232 to 247 in 1 month, and it's automatically come out on the 2nd of every month, so there's no late fees, no nothing. Yo, this is a ripoff to me. Look at this guy smiling. Yo, how you smiling at our downfall on this right now? Like,
it's business.
Look at this guy. There's no compassion capitalism over here with my guy about right here. Yeah. Like, it's business, y'all. It's business. Yeah. Yo, how my joint go from 232 to 247? Right, how do I get this lower? What's the game on that? Now, I need the real talk. What's the game on getting my bill back down to 232? Because how my drink go from 232 to 247 to 328? Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Honestly, it's really like no way, unless you go to the facility and be like, I want to leave, unless you drop my price. But they're going to say leave because they're going to get somebody else. I'm pretty sure they got a waiting list of 200-300 people. So once you leave, they're just going to hit up the waiting list and say, all right, come in. And charge them even more what they was charging you.
Yo, this is the biggest scam in America right now. Yo, this is Scamdemic 101 storage facilities.
Let me ask you this. Do you got insurance in your unit?
Hell yeah, that's $15. Wait, hold on.
So let me give you the point,
I hope my insurance didn't go up. Hold on. What's going on here? How did I look at this? Yo, my insurance, I think, is $15. Let me go to detailed view. I got a 10 by 10. Yep. 10 by 10. It don't say how much insurance, but I think the insurance is $15. All right, so give me the play. How do I get this lower?
How you get it off?
I want this lower.
I can't help you with that. I'm sorry, bro. I can't help you with that.
Oh, my God.
But they're gonna play though. But look, I could help you. I could help you get to the other side, so we can go buy it.
Okay, help us buy this shit, because this is definitely.
I can help you do that.
Yo, I'm really disturbed right now.
So look, this is
I just paid 2 months of payments too while we just sitting here too, because I'm like, you know what, I ain't fucking around with these people. Like,
Yep.
yo, this is really disturbing me right now. Like, how now my payment due July 1st. Like, do you make the money off the insurance yourself?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you the play, right? So here you go. The reason why I love self-storage, right? Because
Oh my
about
God, this
becoming
is such a scam, yo.
My entire concept, bro, for my life is like I need to become more effective in less time, right? Like I just told you, my dad passed away a couple days ago, right? It's like
My
my uncle
condolences.
passed. Thank you. My uncle passed away last year. My grandmother passed away a couple months ago. I lost my mom when I was 12. My other grandma when I was 14. So I go through life with a mindset of like, what it takes you 30 years to do, I need to do it in 10. I need to become more effective in less time. So when I got into the self-storage industry, it showed me that I can create multiple streams of income with one acquisition. I don't need to go buy 10, 20 houses. I could buy one facility, 2, 3 facilities and break it down. So not only are we making money on the rents that we charging you and we increasing it every 90 days, right? I'm also making money on the insurance because we have an affiliate partnership with the insurance company where we get 30% of the premium. So that $15 is what you charge, what you pay, but your premium is probably a couple thousand for the year, and we getting 30% on that. Every single unit.
Wait, hold up. Hold the fuck up. All right. I'm looking at this joint right now. It says my joint is $15 for insurance.
Yeah.
You see that? My payment is July 1st.
Yeah.
Next one. And my rent is $313, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so you telling me that you're making money off my $15?
Yes.
As the
Because,
owner?
so you know, $15 is what you pay, but obviously the coverage is probably $2,000-$3,000. That's your full coverage, right? So that coverage, that premium, is what I get paid on
Wow.
per person.
So you make three. If it's $1,000 premium, you'll make $300 times that by 246 units.
Correct.
Where's my calculator? Where's my calculator at? Hold on.
Yeah.
So 246 times 300, that's $73,800.
Now look, you see that number, right? That's additional income. But with commercial real estate, the value is by income. So take that 72 divided by, 72 divided by 8%. Because that's the cap rate. That's how you get the value.
So that's 922,500.
So now I just added that amount of value to my facility. Off of an insurance plan. Because that's more income.
Yo, this whole shit sound like the biggest scam in America. Yo.
Nah,
This is why these fools are building up these storage facilities all over America.
everywhere.
Everywhere I go, I see a new storage facility being built.
Yep.
Like literally everywhere.
Yep.
So these fools, not only, and you're one of these fools, right? Because you're owner now. You're owner of this, so I'm a customer now.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We're gonna get you to the owner side.
I'm not
We're gonna partner
MG the
with
mortgage guy right now. I'm a customer complaining to our owner because this is like really disturbing me right now, right? Like, yo, so you sit here, you raise my rent.
Yep.
Like you raise my rent.
Yep.
Every
But a
single,
management company, they raise the rent. That's their job.
so you raise the rent every single 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
So for every quarter, I get a raise
Yep.
of 8 to 10%.
Yep.
And then you're making money off of that. Then you're making money off the insurance.
You want me to go further? Yeah, you gonna go further? Or what?
Let's go.
All right. So look, when you rented out the unit, did you use any like movers or trucks or anything, or you just did it yourself?
I probably use Tukes. Tukes and Will was probably carrying equipment and stuff. Right, Tukes?
Yeah.
So, look, most people, right? They need to get, when you rent out a unit, now it's mandatory to get insurance, right? Then most people, they also need moving services, right? Because they don't want to be lugging mattresses and TVs, right? I partner with the local moving company in the area. I refer them all the business. This is the moving company that we use. This is our preferred moving company. Go here. And now I send you over to them. It's not my moving company. I don't have to manage people and deal with the liability, but they give me 30% commission. That 30% commission is more income to the bottom line, more value to the facility. Then we bring U-Haul in as well. So now I'm not in the transportation business. U-Haul is running the trucking business for me, the transportation business. So when you get movers, we also get you the trucks, 30%. I'm getting paid multiple times.
Then when you buying the duct tape, the locks.
The locks, the boxes, the packing supplies, we sell that. And we gonna upcharge. We upcharge, at least 30% more than what you pay at Walmart because it's convenience. So you're gonna pay $9 for a lock because you're here right now. Unless you want to go up the street and go pay $2, but you're here right now. $9 for a lock.
Well, that was a fact. I did get some duct tape from these fools. I did buy a lock from them.
Yeah.
And that lock was expensive because I didn't want the flimsy looking lock because I got valuables. So I brought a lock. I think that was like $20, $30 lock that I purchased. And I know they didn't pay that.
Nah.
They probably got that joint for $5.
Yeah, no lower than that.
Oh my
God.
Oh my God. So, all right. So what's some other ways we can make money with the Stars facility?
So how many streams? So the average man, they said they get 7 streams of income, right?
Correct.
So I want to at least give you 7.
Okay.
So I said rent out the units, right? Insurance, moving company, trucking company, retail, which is selling the locks, the boxes, the packing supplies. I also charge for parking. So I actually target carving to business owners, people that do Toro in my area, where you parking your cars in the parking lot, in this apartment complex, you getting boots, you getting tickets. Well, you could park on my facility, and now I'm gonna charge you. So now I'm getting paid by parking. In addition to that, we do the Amazon drop-off service. So a lot of people that buy packages off of Amazon, we partner with Amazon. Now you drop your packages off, that increase more foot traffic for us to make more money. You want me to keep going? How many streams is that?
You lost me. I'm dizzy right now.
So the units, the insurance, the moving company, the trucking company, the retail service, the parking, the Amazon drop-off, and that's 7 right there. But I'm gonna give you because we still doing this right now. We're in the process of doing this right now with these 3 facilities that I just picked up. But we getting the payment processes and all that stuff, set up correctly. But we're gonna bake out probably like 7 of the units to be content studios. So now, instead of you having to go somewhere else and pay you a couple $1,000s to go rent out a studio, you come into our storage unit, we charge you by the hour. You could do a podcast, you could actually do your photo shoot, you could do a video, you could do whatever you need to do, because we don't need plumbing, we don't need kitchen, all you need is the space. So we just soundproof it, make sure we got a backdrop, and now we run the content studio. And all this stuff, I'm gonna put all this stuff up on the gram.
Wow.
And the beautiful thing about this, bro, is because the value is from the income. So the more income I drive out of my facility, so these 3 facilities that I just picked up, 850,000, I'm projected to turn into 2.8 million. That's my goal. 2.8 million in the next 3 years from all of these streams. In value. And then cash out, refinance a couple years from now and double down.
All right, what are the cons of this? Right? Because this is sounding way too good.
Yeah.
All right, and I got to play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Because you just told me you about to make a $2 million profit.
Facts.
On something you paid $800,000 for.
Yeah, 850.
850 for. Yeah. All right, what are the cons? There has to be cons.
So yeah, like
this sounds too good to be true.
Like any business, there's always cons, right? Because you have people that don't pay their rent. So just going through that process, even though
that works for you.
It does.
Well, hold on, before you get to the cons, right? Okay. Let's get back to the streams.
Okay.
Are auctions part of your stream too? When you're selling people shit?
Yeah, so it varies though. So sometimes we'll make additional money, but sometimes we'll actually lose as well, right? So it really depends. Sometimes it's a wash and sometimes it's not. Because sometimes people have stuff in a unit and they don't even sell for what we thought, right? Most people just have garbage in there, right?
So what do you do with the garbage? Just toss it?
I call my auction guy. He come, I'll give him $500 and he disappears. I don't know where he take it. I don't care where it goes. $500, make everything disappear out of this unit.
Wow. All right, continue with the cons.
So people don't pay their rent, which is still a positive because now I can get somebody else in there and, rent it out, auction it and stuff like that. But there's still a headache, right? Because nobody want anybody to be in their facility and not pay rent. We've had cases where homeless people try to just go and sleep in a unit and hang around. Like, these are things that happen. You have people that, I've never dealt with this specifically, but people actually try to break into units, things happen like that. So you want to make sure you have cameras and everything set up. Luckily for me, I've never had that, but I have partners that have dealt with break-ins and things like that with units. I've had people that leave, the biggest thing is the filth, honestly. I've had people that leave pets inside of a storage unit. Crazy.
Damn.
And now that's just stinking up the whole facility and we got to go through a whole process and stuff like that. But that's really it for me. It's really no con. That's why I love it so much and I'm proud and I get passionate about it because it is truly, when I thought real estate was going down for me, in 2020, it was a blessing in disguise because God was shaping me for something new. He said, I'm going to shake you up in 2020. I'm going to see what you're about, but I'm going to show you a whole new industry that you could tap into and make money and build legacy for your family. But now you can go impact the world and teach them something that the rooms that I'm in. I just went to Vegas at the self-storage conference. I took 15 of my mentees. We was the only black people in the room. We in the front row. We moving, we shaking because it's an old industry and they don't see people like us in it. So that's really,
How do you assess like the market? Because I still can't get over this raising my rent shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm stuck on this, yo. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this. This is really blowing my mind. But how do you assess the market to know, like, all right, I'm gonna raise up X, Y, and Z? Like, are you looking at comparables, other storage facilities for the same space and size, what they charging? Like, what's like that process like?
Yeah. So is my management company's part of their responsibility is to do secret shopping. So secret shopping is a quarterly thing that they need to do and report out on it. So secret shopping is going to the nearest facilities within a 5-mile radius because that's what our competition is, anything within 5 miles. So I want to go on their website, see what they're charging. I want to make sure to see if they added any different streams that maybe we're not, adding in. I want to go look at the curb appeal and do they have any marketing, any specials. Oh, come in, get your first month rent free, right? All right, well, we need to give them 2 months free, rent free, right? So every 90 days, we want to assess the competition, see what they're doing so that we can implement, and that determines how we go out, whether we're going to increase our rents, lower our rents, or whatever the case may be. But everybody's like going up.
Everybody's going up.
Yeah, because inflation, like everything is going up, period, right? Eggs and milk and gas and food and rent. What makes you think we won't go up?
Storage facilities, huh?
That's where we need to be.
Storage, this is the devil, yo. I'm really kind of pissed off that my payment went up almost $100
Yeah.
under my nose, and I did not even know until this conversation. Like, and there's nothing I can do. It's like
We signed a contract.
so in that contract that no one reads, basically, right? Because I know that damn sure didn't read it. I was probably just like, "Here, old lady, I'm signing, and I'm out of here." Right? It basically says in there that my rent can go up at any time.
We have the opportunity and we have the ability to raise your rent within 30 days of notice at any point, as long as we give you 30 days notice. And I'm pretty sure you got to notice 30 days before.
Now I'm going to really search on my emails for this because now I'm like, all right, I really want to see what it really did, because if not, then I want y'all to lower my feedback because I didn't get no notifications.
It's public store. They're corporate. I'm pretty sure they got the eyes and teeth.
I'm pretty sure they do.
They
I'm pretty sure I missed the email.
Yeah.
This guy freaking shaking his head yes. Right? I'm pretty sure I missed the email, right?
You definitely did.
Like, it is what it is, man. All right, so give us one last gem.
Yeah.
We're coming up on time here. Give us one last final gem that we haven't discussed so far about storage facilities.
Yeah. Well, we broke down a lot of game, The biggest thing is understanding that it's possible, right? Understanding that you think that you got to pay 20, 30% when you could actually come to the table with 10%. You can go to bizbuysell.com, which is the website. It's a business brokerage website where you can go find distressed, motivated self-storage facility owners that's tired, ready to get out of the business. So if you go to bizbuysell.com, you find something for $500,000, $700,000. Now you go to SBA, get the 7A loan, do 10% down. 10% down on a $500,000 facility is $50,000, $60,000 with closing costs and fees and stuff like that. And now you own a facility. Well, I want to break down a concept too, because this is, before we go, I want to break down a concept that I was able to utilize to even get to where I am today.
Let's do it.
All right. So every single, and this is the reason why I want to share this, because everybody can do this. I know they probably hear us talking about it, but this can't be me, right? So every single year I have what I call a family legacy meeting, right? And with this family legacy meeting, I bring my wife, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, all in one room. And we have financial literacy meetings. The same way we have seminars and webinars, but we do it in person as family, right? And there's a few stipulations, right? One of the things is everybody need to come to the table, open up their credit profile as a minimum, mandatory. The second thing is everybody need to have their business. So when you come to the table, we want to see who has the best credit profile, and we do a susu. So everybody put up $200 a month, and every month we take the pot and we invest towards somebody else's financial development. So this month we may fix like my aunt credit because her credit is bad. This month, and this is what we did in 2019, right? My dad, rest in peace, but we actually invested so that he could go get his private money broker. So for all our students, he's the premier person that was getting everybody brokered on these deals, right? We took money the next month and we helped my brother go get his life insurance license, become a life insurance agent. So now he helps us set up our life insurance policies, do all of these cool strategies. But I'm sharing this because, you know, we got to come together collectively and start in our family, start in our household to invest and get everybody in position so we don't got to go rely on somebody else, right? My cousin, he works 40, 60 hours a week, knew nothing about investing, but he had an 800 credit score. He's just a responsible person, right? So we opened up his credit profile. He had an 800. I put him on my LLC, got him $45,000 in funding in 24 hours, right? With that $45,000, I went and found, and this is before self-storage, this was in 2019, I went and found a single family, it was a two-family, right? No, it was a two-family, right? I found a two-family, got it under contract. All I had to do was come to the table with $8,000. I went to my cousin, I said, hey, you got $45,000, I just got you on a business credit card, pulled the $8,000 off that credit card, that was the down payment. Took another $30,000 off the credit card to float the construction. Because you know with hard money, you got to put the construction first, then you get reimbursed, pay the card back. But the value is when I pull all the money off the card, you get cash back bonuses. So Chase, they give you $750 cash back when you spend $30,000 or $15,000 in the first 30 days. So that's $750 I used to cover the minimum payments on the card while we was flipping this property. That same property, flipped it, made $120,000 profit. From that profit, I took the money, throw it in my insurance policy. Now I put in my insurance policy, I pull it back out, and that's my money that I use for down payment as well towards another storage facility, right? But I did it with no money out. I just collectively brought my family together with a vision. I led by example, and now I'm able to buy properties and build my own private investment group just with family and friends.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. I like that.
Yeah.
Family legacy meetings.
Yeah. It's powerful. Everybody need to do it.
And the susu gym.
Yeah.
You do a susu in it.
Yeah.
Now everybody, the susu next
money.
month, it moves money around. We help you, we help you, we help you. I like that.
Yeah.
That's
obviously people gotta have the mindset. Not everybody gonna make it through.
Yeah, they gotta pay.
Yeah.
They gotta pay because sometimes the susus they don't want to pay.
They don't.
But $200 not a lot. I've seen susus like damn near $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
But
family, you gotta start small.
Yeah, you gotta start small. Yeah.
Basic.
Yeah, you gotta crawl before you walk with that. All right, so how can the people tap into you? You know, I know you do. You got a challenge coming up. Like, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a 5-day challenge. It's called the Fund Your Freedom Challenge. So for 5 days, you just got this full episode. Imagine for 5 days straight, for an hour and a half, you'll be able to ask myself questions with my two other guys, Boone and Smitty the GOAT. We're gonna show you how to clean your credit, how to build your business, how to go get access to capital, and more importantly, when you get the capital, how to strategically invest into real estate assets, hard assets that's going to pay you forever, no matter what happens in this economy at all. So it was the 5-day challenge. Click the link in the description, or you could go to letsfundyourfreedom.com and tap in with us. It's 5 days straight. We're going to show you how to fund your freedom from A to Z. This is something that anybody could do. You know, as little as $297 to get 5 straight days of game that we just talked about is a no-brainer.
Tell them how to follow you on Instagram and everything.
Yes, sir. You can follow me on Instagram, Mogul Lifestyle _. So MOGULLIFESTYLE_ Follow me there, tap in, and get more game.
Look, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you rent a storage right now, check your email.
Yeah.
Check your account.
Check it.
Look, really check your account. See if your fees, your bills going up, right? Because I did it while we was doing this mid-episode, and it kind of threw me all off. Like, I can't believe these fools raised my price. But when you really think about it, that is like a gem too in itself, because again, the more income, the more valuable, then you'll be able to cash out, take that, and go buy more. So I hope you guys got a lot of information, a lot of gems. Throw some gems in a comment for my guy Ramel. Make sure you guys go over to Apple, also Spotify, wherever you listen to podcast audio outlets. Rate it 5 stars, leave a review. Download it, listen to it, share it with 10 people. Definitely share this episode with 100 people. Share it to your whole crew because, look, 10% SBA loans, you can get that, government funding, and buying commercial real estate. So, I'll talk to y'all about this later, but I got an idea. But I'll talk to y'all about this later. I know that was kind of random, but that is what it is. Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. Peace.